In the quiet English town of Hexham, a story unfolded that would blur the lines between life, death, and what comes after. It began on a seemingly ordinary Sunday in 1957. Two young sisters, Joanna, aged 11, and Jacqueline, aged 6, were walking to church with a friend. In a heartbeat, their lives were cut short by a tragic car accident. Their parents, John and Florence Pollock, were consumed by a grief so profound it seemed insurmountable. John, a devout Catholic, held on to a fervent belief in reincarnation. He prayed relentlessly, pleading for his daughters to return. Florence was skeptical, her faith shattered by the loss. A year later, hope flickered into their lives. Florence was pregnant, and remarkably, with twins. John was convinced his prayers had been answered, that Joanna and Jacqueline were coming back. On October 4, 1958, Jillian and Jennifer Pollock were born. From the start, the similarities were uncanny. Jennifer, the younger twin, had a birthmark on her waist, identical to one her deceased sister Jacqueline had. She also had a small scar above her eye, in the exact same spot where Jacqueline had a scar from a fall. As the twins grew, the coincidences became more and more unsettling. When they were just a few months old, the family moved away from Hexham, hoping for a fresh start. But the past, it seemed, was not ready to let go. Around the age of 3, the twins started to talk, and with their words came memories that were not their own. They began asking for toys they had never seen, toys that had belonged to Joanna and Jacqueline. These toys had been packed away and stored in the attic long before the twins were born. One day, Florence found them playing a chilling game. Jennifer lay on the floor, her head cradled in Gillian's lap. Jillian stroked her sister's hair, whispering, "The blood's coming out of your eyes. That's where the car hit you." Neither parent had ever spoken of the accident's gruesome details in front of the girls. Their phobias were just as specific. The sound of a car engine would send them into a panic, screaming, "The car! It's coming for us!" They would cling to their mother, their small bodies trembling with a fear that felt ancient. When they were 4, the family decided to visit Hexham, the town they had left behind. As they drove through the familiar streets, the twins, who had never been there before, began pointing out landmarks with startling accuracy. "That's the school we went to," they said, pointing to the school Joanna and Jacqueline had attended. They even knew the way to their favorite park, a place they had never set foot in. The most compelling evidence came from their interactions with people and places from their supposed past lives. They would speak of events and name friends of Joanna and Jacqueline, people they had never met. They remembered the swing set in the park, the one their father had built, and even the exact layout of their old house. The girls' personalities also seemed to mirror their deceased sisters. Jillian, the older twin, acted as a protector to Jennifer, just as Joanna had for Jacqueline. Jennifer, in turn, was more dependent and looked to her older sister for guidance. As the twins approached their 5th birthday, the memories began to fade, the phobias lessened, the chilling games stopped, and the past lives seemed to recede into the fog of early childhood. They grew up to live normal, happy lives, with no recollection of the strange events that had defined their early years. The birthmarks, the specific memories, the phobias, and the behavioral traits all pointed to something beyond mere coincidence or parental suggestion. Science has tried to explain it away. Cryptomnesia, where forgotten memories are mistaken for new ones, or genetic memory, a theory that memories can be passed down through DNA. But none of these theories fully account for the precision and detail of the twins' recollections. How could they know the names of their sisters' friends, the specifics of their deaths, or the layout of a town they'd never visited? The story of the Pollock twins remains a profound enigma, a haunting whisper from the other side that suggests death may not be the end, but merely a doorway to another beginning. If this story left you questioning everything you thought you knew, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who loves a good mystery, and subscribe Hollow Voice for more tales that explore the unexplained. Thanks for watching.